That breaking news, if you have just been tuning in, a jury in California reached a verdict in that landmark social media addiction trial, accusing both Meta and YouTube of using addictive practices to harm our minors.
Matthew Bergman is one of the plaintiff's lawyers in the social media addiction trial, also the founder of the Social Media Victims Law Center. To what extent do you believe this will, in fact, be a landmark ruling?
Well, this is an inflection point in the effort of 4 years to hold social media companies accountable for the carnage that their platforms are inflicting on young people in the United States, in Canada, in Europe, and around the world.
It is currently 6 a.m. I'm about to catch a flight that leaves at like 8:55 a.m. to fly to LA to meet Jon. We're going to shoot some podcasts, shoot some videos, and then I have to hitch a flight back at like 9 p.m. and come back home and pretty much land 24 hours from now. So let's start the 24-hour journey. I'm at the airport. Flight's gonna board soon. I'm looking forward to napping on the plane and landing in sunny California. Also looking forward to getting some In-N-Out burger and seeing Jon. Just landed in LAX. Now I need to figure out how to get to the Uber area and Uber over to the cafe that Jon's at. The flight was pretty good. We were kind of delayed and then they had to do like a double landing situation, but we made it. We're gonna shoot these podcasts, we're gonna shoot these videos, and then we're heading back home. Whew. Who do we got here?
We got two guys who don't know where they're going.
Yeah.
Too many courthouses in Los Angeles. We got to find the correct one.
I got a guy with stains on the shirt.
Little accidente.
That's a Blind Cop 3 move right there.
Good, how are you?
We're in LA right now. We're leaving a top secret meeting that we can't talk about. We're headed downtown to the Superior Courthouse. This is my man, David Sides, nicknamed Side Project because we're always tossing side projects his way. He's our head of operations over at RRD. He handles everything, pretty much.
Whatever you tell me to.
Yeah. Los Angeles is hosting the first bellwether trial of the social media addiction multi-district litigation. This is the first time that really these social media companies have faced a real trial when it comes to like what's going on with the addiction from the social media platforms. This is a product defect case. This is a case about a social media platform, a product that is created to be addictive and has been shown to hurt children. And regardless of the content they're being served, whether it's teddy bears and milkshakes or it's dangerous themes that are being shared with them, it has nothing to do with the actual content.
So depending on how this trial goes, like how do you think that it could affect how we use social media and how underage people use social media?
Well, this is the first bellwether, right? So this is going to set the tone for the rest of the litigation. I think the fact that we had Snapchat and TikTok both settle out over the past couple of weeks really says a lot. Otherwise, the lawsuits are just going to keep coming. If it winds up going in the defense's favor, which I don't think anyone anticipates, and definitely not something that we want, maybe we'll kind of stay status quo, right? But at some point, either the platforms are going to have to regulate themselves and be safe, or the states or the federal government's going to have to step in and regulate and make sure that children are safe. Again, like it's not the content. The content is a whole nother thing that can be discussed, right? There's all types of harmful content, fake content that's out there that needs to be addressed. But the fact that the platforms themselves are just the swiping is, I think, it was either Marc Lanier or Matt Bergman who talked about how it's like a slot machine pull. Like every time you swipe, right, you're just waiting for like the next dopamine hit.
Yeah.
And it's not healthy.
Yeah.
The trial is completely behind closed doors. No one could go in to hear what's going on. So we'll get the inside scoop on what's going on and we'll see what happens from there. Then we're going to dinner. Then I'm getting back on a plane and going home. It's been a long day and it's only 2:30 Pacific time. Thank you. Los Angeles Superior Court. We're outside the federal courthouse for the social media addiction trial. It's Tuesday, February 10th. Today we had the opening statements from YouTube, and tomorrow we'll have Adam Mosseri, head of Instagram. We're going to be meeting up with Matt Bergman to talk about what happened behind those closed doors later today. This is a historic trial in social media addiction litigation. It's the first bellwether trial. This is a plaintiff pick case. Matt Bergman and Marc Lanier are handling this trial for the plaintiff side. This litigation is about product defect. It's not about the content that is created. This is about defects in the product that have made them inherently addictive. Matt Bergman had this idea back in 2021 of pursuing litigation against the social media companies for their addictive nature. It's taken about 5 years to get to this point. We've seen this litigation get consolidated and then this first bellwether trial happen here at the beginning of February. This trial could change the face of social media and how we, as adults and our children, use social media throughout our lives. Depending on what happens behind these doors behind me, social media may or may not be the same months from now. We'll get to find out whether or not the plaintiffs hold the social media companies, Meta and Google, accountable for the addictive nature of their products. Next week, Mark Zuckerberg takes the stand. It'll be very interesting to see how Marc Lanier goes up against Zuckerberg and what information comes out about the things that Mark Zuckerberg will share in trial. There's all types of internal documents that have been shared about how Meta has potentially known about the addictive nature of their products and the harms that they have been causing our children. In just a few minutes, Matt's going to leave. We're going to go down to the studio. We're going to sit down with him. We're going to find out everything that happened and everything that's going to happen in this trial. We'll see you soon on the Jon and Marc Podcast for the full-length interview. We're here in Los Angeles at the beginning of the social media addiction trial. We had Snap and TikTok settle out a couple weeks ago. Today was the opening arguments from YouTube and the beginning of the plaintiff's experts. Matt, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
It's good to be here.
All right. Usually Mark's standing right here and he says, "Where are we?" It is currently 8:15 Pacific time. We've been going since 3 a.m. Eastern time. Can't even do the math. We're about to head back to the airport, back to Orlando. It's been an amazing day. It feels like it's been like a week here in Los Angeles, but it has not been. We just finished dinner with Matt Bergman. We filmed the podcast with him. We did some more videos for his website. We stopped by the courthouse. We had another meeting with someone else here in LA. We sat down with David, our director of operations, and went through all the things that he's doing at our agency and things he's doing to help firms. It's been such a day. We got so much done in a matter of hours, and looking forward to this flight home where I can take a nap. We will see you next time. Take care.